Is Poland expensive? How much will you pay for renting a flat, basic groceries or monthly pass? Today I will tell you about the cost of living in Poland. Cześć, I'm Weronika from Wellcome Home and once again I'm welcoming you from our market square of Katowice. Today I will tell you about average cost of living in Poland, and in this case, in the city of Katowice. Katowice isn't the biggest city in Poland. To be precise, they are on the 11th place according to the number of people, but definitely they are one of the most important economic areas in the country. The prices here might be a little bit different than in larger, more touristic cities like Gdańsk, Krakow, and of course the capital, Warsaw. I'll average them, of course it can be more or less depending on the place. Important! All prices are valid for February 2022. I'll present them in our currency, the Polish zloty. If you need to convert them, you can easily divide them by 4 if you want US dollars, 4.5 if you want euros, and 5.5 if you want British pounds.
Renting a flat and paying for the utilities. Renting a flat and paying for the utilities are the biggest costs when moving to another country or city. If you want to rent a fully furnished studio apartment in the city center of Katowice, you're going to pay around 1,600 zloty. If you want something bigger, like a one-bedroom apartment or with 2 separate rooms, you're going to pay about 2,200 zloty. Besides the rent, you will also have to cover the utility costs: water, electricity, gas, heating, waste disposal. In our Welcome Home apartments, the advance payment for the utilities is 300 zloty for a studio flat and 500 zloty for a one-bedroom apartment. Some utilities are fixed costs, for example, waste disposal. In Katowice, waste disposal is 26.30 zloty per person per month, unless you sort your waste. Water, electricity and gas are paid according to the actual usage. How much will you pay? I'll try to explain that based on the rates in Katowice and the average usage of one person. 1 cubic meter of water costs 15.33 zloty. An average usage of one person is 3 to 4 cubic meters per month, so it will be around 45 to 60 zloty. When it comes to gas, if you use it for cooking on your gas cooktop, you're going to pay around 35 zloty per month. If beside the cooktop you use a gas water heater, you're going to pay around 170 zloty. If your apartment is powered mostly by the electricity, so you have an electric cooktop and water heater, you will probably use around 150 to 250 kilowatt hours. The rates for the kilowatt hours depends on the provider, plan and the usage. The more you use, the less you pay. So let's assume you're going to pay around 100 to 170 zloty per month. Heating can be calculated in 2 different ways, either according to the actual usage. In this case, we will have a special meter on the radiator, or costs of heating of the entire building are divided proportionally according to the size of the apartment. Costs of heating are very difficult to say exactly how much you will pay, but let's say that a 25 square meter studio apartment in the city center of Katowice will cost around 150 to 250 zloty per month. Heating is usually paid for the whole year round. In total, for the monthly utility cost, you are going to pay around 350 to 400 zloty. And as you can see, it's more than the advance payments assume. In total, for rent and utilities, you are going to pay monthly, in case of a studio apartment, around 2,000 zloty. Paid subscriptions and memberships. Subscriptions and memberships are very individual things. Each person needs something different, so I will only tell you about those most popular in Poland. Firstly, the internet. If you rent an apartment, the internet probably will be included in the rental. However, if you need to buy a monthly plan on your own, it will cost you about 50 zloty. In most larger cities, you will find the fast optical fiber. You don't have to worry. Secondly, the monthly phone plan. In Poland, you have plenty of options to choose from. You can get a prepaid card. In this case, you pay an amount every month as much as you need. It's great when you don't plan to stay here for long. Or you can get a monthly plan, but in this case you have to sign an agreement for at least 12 months. However, there is something in between, a monthly paid plan without an agreement, with a package of internet and unlimited calls and messages. Such an offer is available in Orange, it's called Flex, or New Mobile, and it costs about 25 zloty. Prices for international costs also depends on the country, a zone, and a provider. In general, a call for an EU country costs about 1 zloty per minute. How much will you pay for a popular music or video streaming services? A Netflix paid monthly subscriptions cost between 29 per person or up to 60 zloty per 4 people per month. Spotify costs between 10 and 30 zloty. Now let's talk about exercise and the most popular membership, the gym. In Katowice there are several gym chains to choose from. As an example, in the CityFit chain the monthly membership is 80 zloty. It's conveniently located in the market square. Shopping and groceries. This part is the second biggest part of the budget after rent and utilities. In larger cities, young people have a completely different approach. They like to eat out instead of wasting time cooking at home. Thus, their groceries will be completely different. But let's assume that you will be eating mostly at home. How much will you pay for basic Polish products in a grocery store? Let's check it. Let's start with breakfast products. A small loaf of bread costs around 4 zloty. In a bakery, we are going to pay twice as much. A bread roll costs 1 zloty. A bread and butter goes perfectly together. In Poland, you buy it in 200-gram stick, and it costs around 7 zloty. It's very expensive right now. For 100 grams of cheese or ham, you're going to pay 3 to 4 zloty. When talking about the dairy, 10 eggs is 8, a liter of milk is 3, a yogurt, either plain or fruit, is around 2 zloty. What if you don't eat meat or have allergies? In every supermarket, you will find a huge range of lactose-free, gluten-free, eco, vegan, vegetarian products. You will find all you need. Just mind that they may be more expensive. For example, a liter of almond milk is about 10 zloty. A popular store-bought coffee costs about 15 to 20 zloty per 250-gram package. A better type, locally roasted, is about 40. Well-known beers cost about 4 zloty for a 500 milliliters. A bottle of wine in a regular supermarket is about 20, and a bottle of water is about 2 zloty. How much are fruits and vegetables? Well, right now we have winter and most of them are out of season. A kilogram of tomatoes or bell peppers is about 15 zloty. Our beloved Polish vegetable, the potato, costs about 2 zloty per kilogram. When it comes to fruits, bananas cost about 5 zloty, apples around 3, and they are available for the whole year. Oranges are now in season, but of course we don't grow them here, and they cost around 5 zloty per kilogram. When in season, in June, strawberries cost about 10 zloty. The local food market can be more expensive, especially if you're looking for products out of season. How much does an average Pole spend on groceries? Well, according to the statistics, in 2021 it was 331 zlotych. Not much, but the statistics also include large families in which a cost per person is lower. I done some research among my friends, and it seems that per month you spend 800 zloty if you live alone or with one more person. Of course, if you have special needs or don't need something, the price will be different. Where can you do your shopping? The cheapest supermarket in Poland are Lidl, Auchan and Kaufland. The very popular one is also Biedronka, the Ladybug. A little bit more expensive is Carrefour. For a small and fast shopping, you can go to Żabka, the Frog, our convenience store. They are open every day, including Sundays, from early morning until late night hours. However, they are more expensive than a supermarket.
Traveling and commuting. The best option to travel across the metropolitan area is a metro ticket. It allows you to use all types of public transportation unlimited. The zone for Katowice costs 119 zł. If you want not only to commute but also to travel across Silesia, you can buy a ticket for unlimited rides for a whole metropolitan area for 229 zł. Students always pays only a half. Plan to have a car in Poland? The price of petrol in Poland is considered to be one of the cheapest in the whole Europe. Maybe, but definitely not for us. 1 liter costs about 6 zloty, but at the moment is around 5 because the VAT was reduced temporarily.
Health insurance and medical treatment. Public health insurance is great when seeing a GP or unexpected hospitalization. However, if you need to see a specialist, you may end up in a few months wait. So, if you need a visit as soon as possible, it's good to go for a private visit. It will cost you around 150 to 250 zloty, depending on the specialist and his or her academic degree. How to save some money on private visits? You can get yourself a private health insurance, for example from LuxMed or Medicover. It will cost around 100 zloty per month. You can also get it as a benefit from your employer. It's very convenient when going to specialists and making some tests. Public health insurance covers the cost only of the basic treatment, and in most cases you have to pay for it on your own. A basic tooth treatment costs about 250 zloty, an X-ray is about 100. A cleaning starts from 150. Prices depend on the place, so it's good to check different options in your city. You can also get an extra package for your private health insurance for a dentist. It will cost around 30 zloty per month. Total calculation. Okay, let's sum it up. Let's assume that you are single, planning to rent a studio, eat mostly at home and commute with public transportation. The monthly basic expenses will be following. Flat, 2000. Subscriptions, 135. Phone, Netflix and gym. Groceries, 800. Monthly pass, 119. And health insurance, 100 zloty. In total, it is 3,164 zloty, around $800. Of course, this is an average and it can be more. Is it a lot or not? Well, of course, there will be months when you're going to pay much more because you need to buy some clothes, medicine, or something else. Not to mention entertainment, dining out, or traveling. And when talking about entertainment,
I'm on the biggest party street in Katowice called Mariacka. Well, I know it doesn't look like it right now, but trust me, we'll come back here in season. When the weather will be nicer, together we'll come and check how much you have to pay for dinner in a restaurant, a beer or a cocktail in a bar, a ticket for a movie theater or a museum. Let me know if from your perspective Katowice is an expensive or rather cheap city. Maybe you have experience from other cities in Poland? Let's discuss it. Of course, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. See you next time.